Hey, what's up, Crypto Traveler? What's up, Just Johnny? Hey, what's up, Brett? We get started in just about 53 seconds here. Had some good trades. Kind of the unfortunate part here is it just bounced up back so quickly. Like we're just range bound again, kind of in that same area we've been in for the past 2 weeks now, about. Yeah. So it's just generally, more boring here. Yeah, I'm saying we're getting close. Oh, why we could be close to the. Maybe I should reword that. Why we could be close. Why? Yeah, it's hard to explain what I'm trying to say. Close to the final leg down. That's what I want to say. I never said 20K though. 22 to 24K I've been saying. Anyway, let's get started here. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for joining me today. We got our meditative music on. I got a great show for you all, and it should be really good. So let's get started here. Hold on just a second. Let me try to do something here to make this a little bit more. I don't know how this got out of alignment a little bit, but that should be. Okay, I see. Give me 1 second here. Sorry about that, guys. And then let's move this over just a teeny bit so you can see the current price. So that should be perfect. All right, guys, what's up? Evan Aldo here, and my screen just went blank. Okay, now we're on Discord. So the latest entry in the exclusive Discord, a couple things. Had a Bitcoin short entry, hit the first take profit, got stopped out in profit pretty recently, a few minutes ago. Also, we're still in an ETH short added to that. It hasn't gotten stopped out yet in profit as far as I know. That was a nice short that's been in for a while, more of a swing short, and given that the market's been so sideways, we got to wait for some outcomes. If you guys are interested in the exclusive Discord, some of my entry points, stop losses, take profits, and exclusive TA, link in the description below. Keep in mind, Patreon does charge again on the 1st of every month. You might want to hold off until the 1st of June. All right, guys, so let's just see here, what's happening. Obviously, daily yellow X is, pretty bearish, and obviously, this hasn't happened in a while. Last few times pressed on quite a bit. So even in a, let's say you get something like this, 13% down. So about 13% would bring us down to 25. So if we come down, form a double pattern here, then that's our bottom. That's highly doable, especially how deep. Look how deep we are in the daily. We're getting close to the bottom here. And I want to compare this to the, I've done it a few times before. December, I've circled it right here. December of 2018. Look, very close to the bottom here. And, I don't think you'll repeat with 3 yellow X's, but you may have one more yellow X. It could be something like this. That was 4 yellow X's over there, actually, but that'd be 23% down from that one. So say we come 23% down. And, kind of, if we compare, we're kind of at the same level right here. So we're getting really close. If it's just like this, it's another 10% down. So I'd say between 10 and 20% down to the bottom, what I'm looking at from, the current levels right here. So 10% down, that'd be almost too good to be true, 26. 20% down, this area, 22 to 24K, I think is probably the most likely given the LOX, usually how these play out. So I think we're getting really close. I think it's, anything in kind of my view under 30K is a pretty good buying opportunity, like a very good buying opportunity. It's probably something like, getting in at 4K instead of 3K back here, but, diminished returns and all that. The other thing we want to look at, for finding a bottom is, look, green dot with the dot below basically marked the bottom of that bear market right down here. Green dot with the dot below marked the bottom of that bear market. So, this one obviously can make the argument. This one, didn't. We just came lower, but you weren't in the red just yet. Now you're getting deep in the red here. You're kind of at the same level we were at the bottom here. So, we'll see. Does history repeat again? I think it might. I think in all likelihood it might. RSIs are still split and a bit high. They're kind of how they were over here, so that would make the argument that you'd come down farther. But I do think, given we've had some big whales buying, given, how things are looking, I think we could be getting close here. I also think, S&P 500, very close to the bottom. We could have a nice rally up for midterms, guys. We could have a nice rally up. I could see Bitcoin coming up to 50K for midterms, by the end of the year. 50K by the end of the year would be a big point that I'd be looking at. Also here, high time frames deep in the red on the 3-day. We talked about the weekly. Oh yeah, the monthly. Every time you get one of these, pretty much, except, obviously October 2018, here it came down farther too, but, I've mapped it out before. These typically are very good buying opportunities. We already had that big dump since it happened. Given higher market cap, given all the things that happened, 40% downward, I don't think you're going to go too much farther downward. I think once this confirms, that may mark the bottom. That may mark the bottom here. In terms of the latest trades, we've been doing shorts, mainly all shorts because it's such a boring sideways market. In terms of, all the environment for all of these blood diamonds to just keep printing here, especially on your 10-hour 4 of these. This is probably the most sideways I've seen this in a while. And I don't know exactly what to make of that. I think it's just a lot of people deciding, what they want to do, flopping and groping maybe a little bit. But yeah, 29,664. I think, I've stated this before, but I think once you finally get into the green, your 8-hour, your 10-hour, some of these higher time frames, that'll probably signal when you start the rally upward and you already hit the bottom. The thing is, though, once we hit the bottom in 18, you came close to the bottom again. So it could be a boring, ugly few months towards the end of the year and then an eventual rally up to, 40, 50K. This 4-hour right here. So what can we make of this? What I think could happen here is you come down relatively deep again and that marks the bottom in a week or two. Around here. And where would that bring us down to? From where we are right now, I'm not going to map it out exactly what it was from up here. That'd be a crazy low prediction, but, you could repeat another 19% downward. That's kind of my view on this. If you come down 19% from here, that'd be a perfect run down to, 23K, maybe a wick down to 22.8 or something. 24K, I think is the most likely in my opinion. And, now you're just getting these, nice bounce off of the spiral line. I didn't take the long there just given how bearish things looked, but definitely, some good scalp opportunities here too. I'd say, obviously this spiral line right here, about 30K is going to be the big challenge. Do we make it above that? Probably not, but we'll see. 2-hour crossing downward into the red. I think this has to come down into the red. We've been in the green, not really doing anything into the red lately. I think it'll probably come into the red by the end of the day or something. That would be where we finally break downward. I think most likely this is, whatever you want to call this, descending wedge or whatever, will break a bit more downward. Funding fees are generally high, so most people are still going long. Blood diamonds, more blood diamonds. I mean, there's too many ways. I mean, this blood diamond didn't play out too well. This one kind of played out the same. I think it could be a little tease. I think we could be getting to the top here and then come right back down. That's kind of how I'm viewing it. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a good place to look for a 2-hour money flow crossover. Am I looking into the CME gap? I don't really trade based on that, but yeah, sometimes those can be useful. Let's see. I mean, what do you guys think? Is this little pump a bull trap? Let's see what you guys think. Moving on to Ethereum here. This is actually pretty textbook for a short position. I would probably wait for, 3-hour money flow crossover. I'm really looking at this to go short. But you're probably, I'm sure, on your 3-minute you have a divergence. No, not yet. So yeah, you could wait. Be patient. Wait for your confirmations. I'm personally waiting for at least a divergence on the 6-minute to try to scalp this. We're not seeing any divergence yet, so I'm trying to wait a little bit. But yeah. Two-day, coming downward. Yellow X as well as Ethereum, so it's very, very similar to Bitcoin. Yellow X, probably worst case scenario would be something crazy like 43% down. Wow. This would be those Armageddon scenarios. 43% down is what, $1,000. I think you'll probably keep 15 to 1600. So yeah. Confirms in 7 hours. It's Yellow X. I think it most likely will confirm unless we'd have to really pump up. Probably have to get above, probably have to get close to 2,000 for that to go away. I think it's pretty textbook right now. Probably will reject from this level, but we'll see. Seems like we're still pumping at the moment. How's the poll doing? Yeah, majority think it's a bull trap. Chart champions are bullish. Yeah. Let's see. Let's look at the S&P. So yeah, little pump here. You got those snake eyes, so there are bullish signs coming up. Green dot in the 3-day. Last time this happened. Even if you continue downward, you're going to get some, that's the thing here, you're going to get, things don't go straight up or straight down usually. Sometimes they go straight up like this, but when they go down, it gets a little weirder, you know what I mean? This was 2015 or, it's 08, you had relief there. It looked like you were going to come right back. Looked like you were going to come right back. A bunch of times, so could happen. What you would look at, you got your blood diamond on the weekly. It makes sense that you'll probably ultimately bottom out when you come into the red here because it's been so long. Here to here into the red from where we are right now, let's see. It would probably be some type of drop like this. Like another 12% downward. And that would be, another 12% downward from, let's say, 405. 350. I believe there's a pretty big fib level around there too. And that would be a nice, a nice probably 30% correction from our, it's a little less than 30% correction from our all-time high. That would probably bring you into recession if we're not already in recession. People think we are. It's kind of debated at the moment. I don't think it's official yet, but that'd be a recession. Then you could recover from there. However, I do think, it could take long for that to happen. Like it may be before you get down that low, it could be by the end of the year or something, or 2023, because you're due to kind of come up here. You're due to have a little bit of relief in this. I mean, anytime it's down, and look at this, you got some curvature there. Anytime it's down this much, people eat it up. People eat it up. Right there. Now, could you have the case where, you form a triple bottom pattern or something? Absolutely, yeah. June 1st. Maybe we could bottom out with Bitcoin in a little bit, in a few days, June 1st. Then you continue forward, maybe a little bit more, 377. Then that's it. You rally up for, I don't know, a few months, maybe until midterms, and then you come back down. I've said it before. I mean, probably the most bullish possible case for this is something like this, Let's see. And then you just make it to a new all-time high by the end of the year. Everybody says Biden's doing a good job. Everybody says inflation, we fixed inflation or whatever. And the S&P is still going up. That could happen. That would kind of be a repeat of what happened. Yeah, it would be something similar to that. Yeah, something like that. That was December to July, 6-month period. Easily could happen. More bearish case comes down more. You got to look too. I mean, Biden's approval rating is extremely low. I feel like it's got to have a bounce here or there. They always do have bounces. So I feel like if this rallies back a bit, we bottom out. Maybe we do a double bottom pattern or something in next week. Then it rallies back with his approval rating towards midterms, and he's, Republicans still do well in midterms, but not the gigantic red wave that everybody's expecting. And that happens in every recession. Like, there's always people flopping and groping. There's always different views happening. People change their minds a lot. People don't know what's going on a lot of times. Let's look at the 4 or 5 day. Let's see which. I'm trying to find like the lowest one or the highest one that's in the red. So I believe it's probably the 3 day. Yeah, 3 days in the red. We could look at the 4 day. Because what easily could happen here is, that's really good buying opportunities almost every time it goes in the red. What could happen, you come back up a teeny bit towards August, September, end of the year, and then you finally come in. That could easily happen too. Let's look at the chat real quick. What's up, Jay Sherlock? What's up, Nightshade? TRX, they did the airdrop. That's probably why. Guys, smash the like button if you enjoy the content. Thanks so much for joining me today. I got the airdrop with this on FEMEX. It wasn't a crazy amount though, but I think it's a little bit, like everybody's probably talking about it now. I think it's a little bit of a fluke. I think it's just with the airdrop. I think people are going to start dumping it. You do have, you're getting divergences starting to happen here. It could go more. I mean, it's tough to kind of see, but 10 cents after that, I don't see it going too much more. Unless somehow, we just bottomed out and 25K was the bottom, and then we continue forward. That's one possibility, but I think we got more blood to come, at least a little bit more. AVAX has been way down. I want to look at that. So we made a new low here, but now we pumped up a little bit, which is a good thing. I think you'll probably have one last leg down a little bit more, maybe to $20. I don't know if I really see it going much below that. And then after at $12, I don't know if it'll go that low. I think we're getting close here. I think, as I've been saying, weekly VWAPs coming up on a lot of these could mark the bottom. Obviously, very bearish case. This is like .com bubble stuff. But yeah, you come down here. I mean, that's a number you don't want to know if that happens. Maybe I'm just too much with the opium, but I mean, that's probably like this. 10. Yeah, probably to 10 would bring you in deep enough, I would think. But yeah, I mean, assets that trend up, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, it's indicative of getting to the bottom. The other thing too that you got to realize too is in our last historically in bear markets, when things do bottom out, Bitcoin still outperforms them once they do bottom out for a while, and then alts don't finally start outperforming Bitcoin for a while, in a year or two. That's kind of what we could see in the 2019 rally. Bitcoin was the king there. So not to say that you shouldn't get alts. I mean, I'm always at least 60% Bitcoin and 20% ETH. So my alt positions are relatively small. So that's all right. But if you're in doubt right now, and you say you're in doubt, you don't have too much Bitcoin, you got a smaller portfolio. Bitcoin at 29K, guys. I mean, Bitcoin at 29.5, it would probably feel good to be able to have a full Bitcoin, you know what I mean, rather than have a bunch of altcoins at the moment. You could always save up more money to buy the altcoins later. Those aren't those aren't going too many places soon. But yeah, it's especially when things are low. It's a good feeling having a full Bitcoin for a lot of people, or maybe for you it's 10 Bitcoin or something like that. Also having something like 10 Ethereum, 20 Ethereum. Those are good feelings, but Bitcoin right now is kind of the king, I would say. Not to say that I'm not buying altcoins, but there are good deals there too. This will probably bring it down a bit more. I'm thinking maybe 40 cents, and then that's kind of the bottom. It's possible, usually these yellow X's, you could have something like this. Best case scenario, we bottom out and then we could rally forward. It is possible though that that's possible, but more likely you would at least test 50 cents again or something. What's up, Taylor? Thanks so much for joining. Can we get ETH below 1,200? Probably not, in my opinion. I do not pay this guy to say this, guys. I know if you're a new viewer, you're thinking this. Nightshade, I do not pay you. I'm not paying you to say this, but that's awesome, man. He's been doing it, and don't think it's not like a get rich quick type thing here. This guy's been he left he took my course a while back. So this is a gradual type of thing, but with trading in a responsible way. It's not like he did this overnight. He has a testimonial actually about my course. It's not, you're not going to get rich overnight, but it's gradual. E-Gold, that's a decent project. I mean, I would say a small position. This would be not a bad idea. I think you'll probably have a leg down to maybe the summer lows. The fact that it's held up compared to the summer lows this well is pretty good, actually. There's some notable people that like this. I mean, this daily money flow here. I mean, I don't think you're going much lower than this than negative 45, 49. So you'll probably have one last leg down. It would be really strong of this project if you could hold $60. I don't think you will. I think you may test around here 50, but that's what I think for a lot of things. And I think that leg down is going to happen relatively soon, guys. I think, what's happening with the Ethereum is rejecting from that area at the moment. Yeah, kind of a textbook, nice little rejection there. Finally, just happy to see at least a little bit of volatility in the market rather than just sideways. So I'm just happy to see these jumps, but yeah. Link, yeah, that's been a disappointment. Let's look at Link. I think you'll probably get one last leg down to around here or something, $4, $5 probably. Well, $5 was here, maybe high fours, low fives, something like that. One last leg down to there. This has really underperformed, obviously. I mean, look at that July low, and now you're at half of that. Ugh, jeez. That's no bueno. That's no bueno. But, I mean, weekly, once you curve up, you get that green dot. Maybe you could rally forward with this. It does have some decent fundamentals still. But, I'd be careful just given how it's performed so badly. That yellow X on everything will most likely bring it down a decent amount more. For thing two is, Bitcoin comes down to 24K. Some of these really could get obliterated too. I mean, this could probably go down to 3 or something. I don't know though. I don't know. I don't even know if Bitcoin's gonna go that low. I mean, it's all a game of probability. Coffee. Coffee's interesting. Yeah, Doge has been around a while. It's like a coffee. Oh, you're talking about like commodities, Doge? Coffee futures? I don't know which one to look at. But yeah, it would make sense to look at least one commodity in an environment like this where they're doing so well. Monthly coming into the green, that's looking pretty good. What were they? May 11. It does look overheated on a lot of these time frames. I mean, given that it's kind of a bull market for these commodities, you would make the argument that this trigger wave would bring you forward. In terms of trading this, I mean, just trying to think where I'd... Yeah, money flow crossovers, probably in your 4 hour through your 6 hour would be really strong for a swing trade on this. I don't even know if I'm looking at the right thing though, but what? I guess I'm probably looking at the wrong thing. I don't know. Anyway, KC. Let's look at KC. Coffee futures. Just think that like Forbes interview, like multi-billionaire, 22-year-old kid, like how'd you make all your money? He's like, I invested in coffee futures, options on coffee. Monthly does look good. It looks like oil. I mean, how much is, that's what I want to see first of all, is how much is this up in the past? July 2020. 100%, okay. So, I mean, still has underperformed crypto. Yeah, I'd be looking at money flow crossovers in the low time frames. Probably right here wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, because it is down compared to, I mean, you could probably try something like this. This probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like Bill Belcher. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we were talking about that, Antonio, a little while ago, the LX. Yeah, Nightshade, we were talking about the LX. I think most likely it's going to bring you down to probably the actual bottom of this bear market, somewhere between 22 and 24K. Just a matter of time. It could happen. And the way I've been mapping it out, it's probably going to happen within a week. But yeah. What was the other one? Axie. Oh yeah, CRO. It would be unlikely for CRO probably to go to zero given the attention it's had. That would be really, really ugly. That would be like .com bubble type stuff. 18 cents. I mean, I think you'll probably have one last leg down. Yeah, everything has a LX. Probably one last leg down to like 15 cents or something. It could go to 10 or something, but yeah, I think you're getting generally kind of close to the bottom here. Deep in the red here. I mean, you're getting close to the bottom. This LX, maybe if it's just like this one, 12 cents, 15 cents, something like that. Yeah, that is volatile times. It's an environment to bring us down farther. That's the problem because everybody's going long right now. All the funding fees are still positive, so it's kind of a very big bull trap like environment. This could be the let's look at ETH. It's actually hitting a major point. I mean, yeah, perfect rejection off of there. That could be your local top, and then you just come right back down, which I think in all likelihood something like that will happen. Obviously, the market likes to play games with you. You know, we could have some more wicks up to scare away the people shorting, you know, and then go down. That happens a lot too. 4 hour about to print a green dot, but I mean, I don't really, you know, with the daily yellow X, that's usually would overpower that and just bring us down some more. Would probably have to pump up quite a bit farther, at least probably close to 2,000 to get rid of that. And those, let's just look historically. I mean, it's very rare that those don't bring us down quite a bit, and they don't happen very often. At least I think they happen more often at Bitcoin. I mean, look at this one. I mean, all of this. This is like one of the only ones that didn't really do much, but then you did come down farther after. So I mean, this was December 2019. This one, that marked the bottom. Yeah, that did mark the bottom. I mean, if you repeat something like this, 30% down, this would be that guy who's always bearish in his projection. Maybe 30% down, 13. There's not much around 13K though. I don't think, like, if you go, not seeing too much around there. Maybe a little bit, but I think most likely you'd be able to stick on to 15K or 1500, excuse me. Wrong one. Antonio, this is what I've been talking about, guys, for a while now. I think the real signal at the bottom is gonna, exactly, another leg down, then finally you'll get a nice bullish div when you're really deep in the red here, and that'll signal the bear market bottom for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think. So that's that. I mean, it is what it is. I'm short on Bitcoin. I'm short on Ethereum right now. Those are trades I made in the exclusive Discord. One of my Bitcoin shorts was stopped out in profit, so it's kind of, if you guys are new, I took some profits out and then set my stop loss to entry point, and then it just got stopped out, so you still make money. Kind of becomes a risk-free trade. Also added to the Ethereum trade while it was in profit after I took the first take profits and set the stop loss to the average entry point. So that's a risk-free trade. That one's still in right now. I believe the stop loss is just above 1900 on that, so we'll see if it gets stopped out. No big deal. But yeah. Bitcoin, it's this Doge. Let's see. You know what you're doing with the charts, man. You look at a lot of charts. Yeah, that ain't. Maybe it's this. Oh. No, it's just Brave New Coin. That's not. You'd have to, like, you'd have to explain it better. Oh. I think I know. I've looked at the Bitcoin M2. Oh, come on. Futures, nah, that's not really what we're. Oh, let's look at ETH. What I want to look at is ETH Bitcoin, because obviously it's down quite a bit. Bitcoin's. I think we'll bottom out pretty soon. Then Bitcoin dominance goes up to, like, I don't know what, 50, 60% or something. While we rally back up and Bitcoin just gets more of the heat. If you guys are new, it's probably been a while since we've seen, a high Bitcoin dominance. So yeah. Yeah, I think it'll still outperform Ethereum for probably a little bit more into, like, here or something. Not May, but, well, a few more months or something until towards we get to the end of the year, to the rally. So yeah, let's see, because that's what happens. Everything bottoms out at the same time, but Bitcoin starts to outperform everything. They still come up. You still make money with them, but they don't come up as quick as Bitcoin. So yeah, we go look at Bitcoin ETH as well. Or can we? As I'll probably do it. Where is it? I guess it doesn't. There's only ETH Bitcoin. It's basic attention token ETH. That's not really what we're looking at. Crypto.com we looked at. Yeah. Fantom someone wanted me to look at. This is probably completely. At this point, this is probably people are just really giving up hope here, I would guess. I mean, I think the point I was saying was kind of, yeah, I think you could get one last leg down to like kind of your summer lows, maybe 15 to 20 cents, somewhere around there. That would probably most likely be the bottom, I would guess. We'll see though. The fact that it stayed above its, summer lows is pretty bullish to begin with, so maybe this could have a nice run up in the next bull market. Maybe. I don't think you'll go this low, but that's probably, people who think is going to be exactly like the last, bear market, those 98% corrections or whatever. Well, even a 98% correction would still bring you to 7 cents, so it's not too far off of 15 to 20 cents, really. 95% correction. So, yeah, I mean, that's not, my prediction is probably 94% correction at least to 95% instead of 98. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm into two trades from before. I do hodl as well, Senor Green. Um, I do. I do. I have long-term bags in crypto as well. Yeah, Bitcoin, Ethereum mainly, some altcoins. If you guys are interested in, I do in my exclusive Discord. I do, hodl advice as well. It's mostly trading, but I do, it's everything, long-term, medium-term, everything I'm doing. Zcash. Uh, yeah, Zcash. I've been getting into Zcash. That's one of my favorite. That's probably my favorite, like real small cap, like $1 billion or even sub $1 billion market cap. I think one of the privacy tokens will make it, and I think it could be. It's high likelihood it could be Zcash. Winklevoss twins like it, so that's another thing. I've been saying around a last leg down to like this general area, like 65 cents, 60 cents or something. You got to 69 cents, so probably a last leg down to like $60, excuse me, not 60 cents. And, VWAP coming up whenever this turns, green dot, that'd be a good place to look. It's typically symbolic of the bottom. I think it will come down. I think you'll generally, in the next few days, probably something like this. And then that's kind of your bottom. This has a lot of potential because you got to think about it. If this is like, I believe it's only like a $1 billion market cap, this could easily go up 10x, just to become what like Polkadot or Avalanche are right now in the next market cycle. The next few years, 10x, maybe 20x. This is one of those that's, could be like buying Matic when it was at 10 cents, 5 cents, or 2 cents, or whatever. This has that potential. This definitely has that potential. Risky, obviously, but yeah. I think that, some of these yellow X's here are gonna be symbolic of the bottom on this. I think, too, to be the catalyst to bring it down. So yeah, I keep it on Gemini. Earn about 0.5% interest a year on this. This is one of those ones though for like Armageddon scenarios where you're just keeping it on a hardware wallet. Blood Diamond on Brandon's approval rating. The thing with that is like, I feel like it's gonna have to reamp a little bit here, and I think it will come up a bit as the S&P 500 recovers and as crypto does recover. No, I don't think they'll fully, ban privacy coins. They may try to, but I mean, it's kind of like sometimes with that, it's kind of like banning alcohol. It would be worth more once you ban it. When you ban something that everybody wants or everybody uses, it could be worth more. So it could go both ways. But that is a risk. I mean, obviously it is a risk. I mean, we're talking about highly speculative altcoins here. I mean, there's always a risk it could go to zero. So obviously those are small positions. That's money I'm comfortable losing. That's venture capitalism. Like really, there's two types of investing. There's value investing and then there's venture capitalism. Value investing is where you buy something, for long term and you plan to kind of never sell it, and you're just betting that it will come up with time. Venture capitalism is kind of where you're not really betting that that it'll come up with time. you're betting that it may come up, it may do well, but you're putting money into a lot of different things. So say, for altcoins, you're going to buy, 10 or 20 altcoins, or at least 5 or something, and some of them will go to zero, but others will do very, very well. So it'll kind of mask that effect. But if you're putting all your money into one altcoin, that's not a good venture capitalism approach, because that's how you lose all your money. Yeah, guys, smash the like button. One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch is a good book on that. Let's see. I was such a drink. I was on our toes this week, aren't they? A little bit, Matt. Snap, yeah, we'll definitely look at that. Let me see what Doge wants me to look at, because I could just hit enter. He told me. Okay. BLX with the M2. Okay, this is let's see. You're interested. Okay. Money supply. So Bitcoin comes down as it just looks exactly the same as the normal. I don't see a difference of anywhere with this even. Well, okay, you didn't get a yellow X just yet, but yeah, it kind of looks the same to me. I don't know what to. Oh, that's interesting. The red X is kind of finally confirmed here. Oh, it's a little bit. Okay. That's interesting. It actually is, because this would make it more bullish on the monthly, because that's already confirmed, and you already had your drop down kind of on the next one. So that would kind of, that would make us think we're almost to the bottom here. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a little bit different, not too much different though. The only difference is that we're at 2017 all-time high already. Let's see. I mean, right here, in terms of, this would basically mean you're bottomed out, almost bottomed out in the next few weeks. You'd be bottomed out here. Yeah, the real bottom wick, yeah, we were a little bit deeper. But kind of the same with the VWAP, so it's like kind of the same. We're almost there. Let's see. Oh yeah, snap. This really crashed. Because their earnings were bad. They laid off employees, the normal type of thing. Now this could be one of the few where buying the dip on this might not be the worst idea. Thing is, I would probably just wait till this 2 week goes into the red. That'd probably be symbolic of where you want to get in. Didn't go below the pandemic dump. Maybe we come down a little bit more around here, 10 $11. It's kind of like Netflix, trying to catch a falling knife here. I mean, let's see how that's doing. $190. Oh, you're getting a little bit of a rally here, finally. 2 week, I would just wait, Well, maybe you avoid that going into the red there. I feel like unless you get a real V-shaped recovery, you still will go into the red. It's been a while since you're gonna get, something like this on your 2 week here. And that didn't happen until, oh wow, that's even before the, wait a second. Why didn't this, hold on a sec. This didn't even go that low in the recession. It's more than it looks, I'm sure. Yeah, it still came down like 50%, but still. That might be the point. Yeah, once you get that and that confirms, that might be your opportunity, especially if we rally up for midterms. This could, I don't think you're going back up to all-time highs, but you could come up to 300, 350 or something. by the end of the year, by November, I could see that happening. It's a volatile game out there. It's a volatile game. I mean, weekly, kind of same deal where September 2019 bombed out, rallied back. Could be getting close here. It's like a Tesla. Almost in the red on the 3-day. Probably probably be a good place to look. We had a nice recovery. I mean, that's a nice little bump off at 620. That went real low. Wow. I mean, weekly. Probably wait. Yeah, that 3-day once you get into the red, a good place to start DCAing back in. Tesla, I think, that's a good long-term bet. I mean, you're getting exposure to Bitcoin too. 50% correction, kind of hard to go wrong. Long term, though, I don't know about, you know what I mean? Long term. Now, I know NVIDIA did pretty bad lately, right? Yeah, weekly blood diamond. 3-day in the red. Yes, this monthly looks so overheated, wow. Green down the 3-day. Maybe wait, because you've never come into, it's been so long since you came into the red on the weekly. I mean, this is probably like a 200% or something. It's a big jump, I'm sure. Wow, 700%, that's insane, yeah. I'd probably just hold off. This seems like the most overheated thing, especially with that blood diamond. Wait till it goes in the red. May I ask how long did it take? Probably like 4 to 6 months. Housing is getting expensive. I gotta make move. You're right. I've been talking about buying place for a while, and it seems like to me it's going to come down, but now it's not. But it just seems like it's getting higher and higher and higher and higher. So, and part of me is, it's enticing to try to buy a place in maybe even Costa Rica on the water there for probably like half the price as what you pay in Miami, and a third of or a quarter of the property taxes and all that. So it's something to think about. But yeah, I was expecting housing to come down a bit more. It doesn't look like it came down very much with this 20% dump in the market. So maybe we are entering that possibility where just barely anyone will be able to own anything in the future, and all the ultra rich will just buy everything up. So it'll be sad, but I mean, there'll always be opportunities in other countries or whatever. If one place you live isn't that great, just move, leave, go somewhere else where it's better. Leave the toxicity. Let's see what's happening with Bitcoin and Ethereum at the moment. Okay, so a bit more boring here. Just a sideways type of thing. About to get that green down the 4-hour. We'll see what happens. How's ETH? That's probably the one I want to look at right now. Nice rejection off of there. Could be a little top here. There's always the market likes to play with you. Maybe a few more wicks up. Look for divergences on your 15-minute, 12-minute, things like that. Once they happen, be patient with it. That's a nice. I mean, what was it? Probably 3% here. Oh, that's at 10%. Wow, I didn't even realize that. That is a volatile puppy, Ethereum. Wow, I didn't realize that. I was expecting like 5%, 4%, 3%, something like that. Wow, 10%. That is, I mean, think about it. If you had $100,000, that's $100,000 position. You just made 10 grand. All right, guys, I think I'm going to get off in a minute here. Let me know if you have any more other questions for the last few minutes. Anything you want me to answer, I'll try to do the best I can. So basically, summary, I mean, your daily, obviously be very, 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 very careful with the longs with this. The daily, I think most likely we're going to have one last leg down below, our local low here, 22 to 24K area. That'll probably mark the bear market bottom. If it doesn't, things are going to get very ugly. Yeah, it's going to be a tough time for the world in general. I think we're getting close to the bottom on the S&P 500 as well. I think we'll rally back for at least the next few months. That's kind of my thing. I think they'll kind of, the Fed has a lot of power here. It's the other thing too with these interest rates. I mean, they could just flip-flop and say something to just manufacture this, this S&P 500 to just finish in single digits. So, everything's all right. We just manufactured it to go in single digits, and we just ignored the price of everything else going up in inflation. Oh, but we controlled inflation because we rose interest rates just enough to make the S&P just go up in single digits for the year. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Could be, come down a little deeper into the red next few days, next few weeks. Get to the bottom here. Big buying opportunity. But, if you just want DCA in, I like to just DCA in on Mondays. Because statistically, the lowest day for Bitcoin. You can also mess around with some limit orders in the low 20s. 24K, 22K, 23K, good places to look. Good place to set orders. Never financial advice, though. Anything could happen. But, yeah. All right, we'll look at sushi. This is one of those that's like probably going to zero. Honestly, it's just down so much, right? It's probably looking worse than everything else. Wow. I remember when people used to be into this kind of down 93%. Okay. Probably, you're essentially at zero if you come below $1 here, so 50 cents. We don't have enough data here. This is just yeah. Maybe once the weekly, weekly bullish div, green dot, that could signal the bottom. This could go to zero. I don't know what its market cap is. I don't know much about this, but this, if something looks like it could go to zero, it's probably something like this. That's what I will say. Yeah. I could just hit enter on TradingView. The KDA. Let's see what comes up. That's a stock. That's not what we're looking for. Maybe crypto. What comes on? It's the same thing. Yes, I do have to click. Oh, I could just type in. I would have to type in KDA USD or something. Wow. I don't know what chart we are on. BitREX. Is this accurate? Maybe I want to look at something. Look at it on Binance. No, it's the same thing basically. Ah, no blood diamond like on the other one. Interessante. Interesting. Down 73%. Yeah, this is too new. I think you're going to come, either you're going to zero or you're just going to come down a little bit lower, maybe test $1. Then that's your bottom. If you lose $1 on this, you could come back. Anything could happen. It's too new of a project to really tell. Some good curvature here. I think it'll bottom out with everything else. Coming down here, coming down underneath. Good. Do I think Sol will pick up? Yeah, I think it will. It's a decent project. I think, it'll bottom out kind of with everything else in a few weeks and pick up. But I think, Bitcoin probably will outperform most altcoins for some time. All right, guys, I gotta get off. In terms of most of these altcoins, I mean, it's the same thing. I think they'll bottom out relatively soon, within a few weeks, and come down maybe another. Not going to say percentages. Some of them are very volatile, but come down a bit more, then bottom out. But think about it this way: Bitcoin will most likely outperform most of them for the next few months, at least, to rally forward. So maybe hold off, maybe not. I mean, I have my list, that's in my exclusive content, the ones that I invest in. So yeah, guys, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Check out my exclusive Discord, link in the description below if you're interested in some of my take profits, stop losses, entry points, exclusive TA, and altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some stocks occasionally. If you want to get my trading course, link in the description below. This discount code ends on May. The sale ends May 30th, so get that while you still got a chance. 20% off, link in the description below with the discount code down below. If you want to do a one-on-one session with me, link in the description below through the Market Cipher Academy. FEMEX, BITGET, it's the same promo every YouTuber gives you. Check out those links below if you want to create a new account. And there, do some leverage trading if you're an experienced trader. And that should be pretty much all of it. Check out all those links below. I'm never going to link you to anything that I don't personally use or benefit from. All right, guys, have a good one. Goodbye.